So the book I chose today is The Day the Crayons Quit. Here's our cover. Okay. The Day the Crayons Quit, from the illustrator of Stuck and This Moose Belongs to Me. Pictures by Oliver Jeffries and written by Drew Daywalt. And it is an E.B. White Read Aloud Award winner. Here we go. The Day the Crayons Quit. I would suggest this for second or third graders. I think would be really great. Here's the front. Here we go. The Day the Crayons Quit. Got your crayon box. Pictures by Oliver Jeffries, written by Drew Daywalt. So here we go. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Hey, Duncan. It's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. So let's think about this. What are some other colors that you could think of that you could use on some of these pictures, fire trucks or Santa Claus or apples, that you could use instead of the color red so that red could take a rest? I want you to stop and think about that. Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and wizards' hats, but it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. And there's Angry Purple Crayon. What an awesome wizard eating grapes there. That's fun. Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige, and I am proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. It's not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners if I'm lucky, and wheat. And let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon. Look at how sad Beige Crayon looks. So sad. And let's think about this. What can we color that's like brown but not brown? So let's think of some things that we could use our beige crayon for. I would like to use my beige crayon for making a giraffe, right? Because a giraffe is kind of brown. It's not all the way brown, but it's kind of brown. So I want you to stop and think about something that you could use your beige crayon for. Duncan, gray crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants, and I know that elephants are great, and that's a lot of space to color in all by myself. And don't even get me started on the rhinos, hippos, and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling one of those things? Such big animals. Baby penguins are gray, you know. So are very teeny rocks, pebbles. How about one of those once in a while? You know, give me a break. Your very tired friend, Gray Crayon. Woo. Here we go. There's our rhino and our hippo in the middle and our elephant at the top. Dear Duncan, you color with me, but Why? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you are using me on. White. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or fill an empty space between other things, and it leaves me feeling, well, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon. And here, over here, is his picture of a white cat by Duncan. White cat by Duncan. Hi, Duncan. I hate being used to draw the outline of things. Things that are colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice beach ball and then fill in the colors of the ball with all the other crayons. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon. And we see those black clouds, but usually when we see black clouds, do we want to go to the beach? Not usually, because we think it's going to rain outside. Dear Duncan, as Green Crayon, I am writing for 2 reasons. 1 is to say that I like my workloads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problem and wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friends Yellow Crayon and Orange Crayon, who are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon because they are driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, Green Crayon. And now I want you to stop and think, how do you feel about the fact that Green Crayon wants to help his friends Yellow and Orange Crayon? So I want you to stop for a second and think, do we think that Green is a good friend or not a good friend? Why do you think he wants to help? I want you to stop and look at your partner and talk to them and tell me what you think. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need you to tell Orange Crayon that I am the color of the sun. I would tell him, but we're no longer speaking. And I can prove I'm the color of the sun, too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color the sun in your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brilliantly on a field of yellow corn. Your pal and the true color of the sun, Yellow Crayon. So here we have a picture of Yellow Crayon and Orange Crayon. Orange Crayon does not look very happy in that picture, so let's see what Orange Crayon has to say next. Dear Duncan, I see Yellow Crayon already talked to you. That big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know I am clearly the color of the sun because on Thursday, you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Aren't you glad I'm here? Okay. Your pal and the real color of the sun, Orange Crayon. So now let's stop and think. So we've heard Yellow's side of the story, and we've also heard Orange's side of the story. So I want you to stop and think, who is the real color of the sun and why? And if you don't think either one of them are the real color of the sun, why? And can they share being the color of the sun and why? Okay, so I want you to stop and think about that, and you're going to use your partner talk to talk about what you think the answer is. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color this past year, and the year before, and the year before that. I have really enjoyed all those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is that I'm so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing of the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. And there's Blue Crayon at the bottom looking stubby and sad. They need a break. There's our Blue Crayon. Duncan. Okay. Listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me in her Little Princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job on staying inside the lines. Now, back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur or monster or cowboy? Goodness knows they could use a splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. And so let's think, what's another color that people may think is a girl's color or a boy's color that can be used by anybody? And what would you use that color for? Hey, Duncan, it's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my wrapping? Now I'm naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. Peach, naked Peach. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. Look at all of it. You've got an orange whale and a pink person and an airplane, that beautiful flying purple dinosaur, a pink elephant, some fruit thrown in there. And an A+ for creativity. So now let's think. First, is this a story that's real? Can crayons really write you letters? And second, if you could write a story like this, what would you use? Would you use crayons like Duncan did? Would you maybe use paints? Would you maybe use markers? What coloring tool would you use if you were going to write your own story? So I want you to stop and think about that, and then we can work on a bubble map and write our own story about the day, either our crayons, our markers, our paints, or whatever you want.